Check out these different style veins that we did in our epoxy project. We're going to show you in this video exactly how we created different looks with ease using simple tips, tools, and techniques. Our special designed epoxy is zero VOC and it's user friendly. You can create these effects by following simple steps. Here we're using a heat gun to make natural movement and meld out the materials. In this video, we're going to show you exactly how to create very realistic looking veins with different techniques. Unlimited colors. We team with Paul from Paul's Toolbox. He's been seen on QVC. He's an inventor and he's also a spokesperson for Swanson Tools. Stay tuned and enjoy the video.
Our epoxy rocks, stone coat countertops.
Remember, when you subscribe to our channel, click on the red subscribe button and be sure to ring the bell so you get notified every time we have a new video. Thanks again. Guys, I'm here with Paul Ricaldi, the world famous YouTube star from Paul's Toolbox.
I wouldn't go that far.
What's up, man? How are you?
Man, love coming out here.
You showed me some Carrera marble that you're doing in your bathroom.
Yeah.
What are we gonna do right now?
We're gonna mimic that.
Yes.
I mean, this guy's a pro. I can't mimic it, so I'm bringing it to you. I want to, try to get the same look and see how I can do that at home.
Awesome.
But we have some really good ideas on my projects at home with stone coat countertop products, and I can't wait to tackle them when I get back. So we'll have some videos going.
You're looking for like a bathtub surround and matching what you've done with Carrera. You know, we get asked all the time, you're at a home show, how do you get attention? You know, wild, crazy pieces will gain attention, but half of our customers want that Carrera marble look.
Yeah.
That's just a classic look that is a home run every time.
It doesn't get old.
No,
it doesn't get dated. So the great thing about it is this guy knows how to match it. I can't wait to see.
We're gonna start with our white base tint.
Okay.
We're gonna add that to our art coat, and I'm actually gonna do something different. I'm gonna use a little bit of white, but we're gonna add some metallic white, and we're gonna add some diamond dust. And what that does is, you're a stone guy, you've worked with natural stone. When you look at honed marble or any kind of marble, and it hits the sunlight, you get that crystal.
You get that little crystal. That's gonna be great.
That's what we're gonna put in it.
All right.
So I'll go get some of that. We're gonna do Carrera marble.
Awesome.
Let's do it.
Awesome. I'm ready to get this tackled.
So we know we're going to use 3 ounces per square foot. So this is going to require about 42 ounces. So instead of doing 42, our bucket will take us closest to 48. So that's what we're going to do. And
all right.
We'll have about
a little bit over.
A little bit. And we use that in our veins sometimes. That extra, you save it and it'll come in handy.
I'd rather have extra than under. I've been there. You start trying to stretch it and it's like, oh no.
It's like stretching a 2x4, right?
It's not happening. It's not happening.
That's what you always say to the new guy on the crew is go stretch the 2x4.
Yeah.
So there's
this
that.
pours easily. The other one's going to be like that.
Well, yeah, this one's a lot thicker. What we'll do too, if we want it to come out, we'll just put it in front of our heater.
Like molasses.
Yeah, right. It is.
But that's what I love about it. It's thick. It gives you a lot of working time. It doesn't all run off it. You can get a much thicker, nice coat when you finish this out than you do with others that I've noticed.
What we found too is when you put in these color effects that we're doing, if you had a real thin product, they wash out.
It washes out. Yeah, this stays in here.
It looks good in the beginning, and as it dried, you come back, you're like,
an hour later, it's like, that's not the look I left.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I'm just gonna add a little bit of white base tint. That's our white metallic.
Okay. How much of that you just?
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't. You just play with it.
Exactly. So you can measure it out and get real precise, but
I never do that.
And then this is one of my favorite, is that diamond dust, and you already know what that's going to look like in there.
Yep.
So I put a healthy amount of that in there, and then when I first start mixing, you can
just drop it down and slowly.
Yeah, I'll get it in there, but you can. If I didn't hold this bucket,
it's going to go all over the place.
So
and your camera, everything's going to have it.
Oh yeah, you'll wear epoxy. So I'll get it going, and then I go full speed. And I like to just hold it here full speed. I'll mix for about 2 minutes, but then when I'm almost done, I'll slow it down, and I'll rub the bottom, and I'll rub the sides, just going slow, so I don't blow my bucket out. Go down, pull it up off the bottom, go full speed. You want to mix that up?
Gotcha.
And it doesn't take a lot of colorant to make it look really white. You know?
And I don't want to go crazy whipping it around and whipping more bubbles than I have to.
Oh yeah, and what's nice about doing a color is your clarity, you're
Yeah,
gonna
it
push
doesn't
that right out,
yeah.
and you're not. It's really forgiving that way.
It's a lot easier, yeah, to get those bubbles.
I like that hat,
Not
Paul.
noticeable. Oh, you like that hat? That's my new hat now, baby.
The stone coat hat on Paul.
I don't look good in many things, but this thing does help.
You make that look good.
That's what does it. I lived in New Orleans most of my life, though. We lived there when I was little. My grandmother, we were with her, and then when we came back, we were back in the same house with my grandmother.
And you're a firefighter.
Yeah.
Firefighter, inventor. How many things have you invented, man?
Well, I've got a few patents out there. I have 2 on the market right now, tape measures, licensed to Swanson Tool Company.
Wow.
And, great company. I like working with them. Nice guys. And I love doing what I do. I got the best jobs in the world. I'm a fireman, which I love. YouTube, and I meet people like this guy. It doesn't get better.
I could tell that you like
does
to
not get
create.
better.
You like to make things, and I see you on your videos at your end result, and I know you're proud of what you make. Like, there's pride of ownership there, man.
Oh, thanks, man. That's why I use Stone Coat, right? I love doing projects.
I'm not paying him to say that.
Well,
That's probably
when
good.
he asked me to come up here when I had the opportunity, I jumped at it.
We'll just go.
Okay.
What I do on this, Paul.
You don't worry about it.
I'll just set it right there, and then we'll sand it, and then we'll come back, and most of it'll be off.
There you
right?
go.
So I just use these. We got to watch
Gotta
out for
hit
the
those
epoxy
edges.
low.
Yeah.
Sand that so it's nice and smooth on those edges. You don't want to over sand the corners where you start
you
showing
don't
the
want to burn
MDF.
those corners and go back to Behr.
You've done that before.
Yep.
Anybody who's done any kind of cabinetry, you know, you'll burn right
Yeah.
through finishes.
I tell people that all the time, especially with wet sanding, you can burn them and not realize it. 'Cause
Yeah.
you go right through it, you know.
And then you get that sheen difference at the end, right?
Yeah.
So, this is just paint and primer in one, 2 coats, and we sand in between coats, 220.
Oh, okay.
I'll get the front edge here.
Not pushing too hard, not
No,
pressure.
no, here, it's really,
Yeah.
all we're doing is creating a smoother edge so it doesn't have surface tension or that,
I notice here you have a little bit of a round on the bottom of that. That's
Yes.
to keep this, what's that? That's to
Yeah,
keep that
what-
from going straight down and not rolling in.
Totally, yeah. It actually, we used to have a buildup at that bottom edge, and until we did a slight radius, that draws it under and keeps your edges nice and flat. So
yeah.
we get this.
'Cause that is a
weird
pain.
buildup. Yeah. Then you're trying to sand that off.
You learn tricks from the pros.
or you just make the same mistake for 2-3 years and go, how do I fix it?
Yeah, you're right. Maybe I would have been hitting it square again.
It's all good. Okay,
Go back
so
home and have a lot more information.
when I pour this out, I like to pour my bucket right in the middle of my piece, and I don't go too close to this edge because it'll
Okay.
all just go, and I stop short of that and bring it right back over the center. And then what I do is I'll use my paint stick to scrape the excess into the big mass, because if you scrape it off over here, it's in danger of not being thoroughly mixed on those edges. And so when you mix it there, I'll take my notch trowel and
And
I'll
then you mix
that.
it.
And then when I chop it, it mixes it again. I used to use like multiple buckets and stuff, and you don't need to. If you do it this way, you will not.
You're not going to have a problem.
So I'll just go right there. I'll bring it back, and I always usually bring it back kind of where I started because that's where the most of it is.
Okay.
And then you don't waste a drop. Where this would be really dangerous to do if you didn't.
If you didn't trowel it and chop it.
Because this isn't the most mixed material, and when this is clear, you can see a different clarity level of this. So, and then you mix it and you see, oh, it clears right out.
I got you.
So
you know you didn't have it mixed right. I mean, enough.
Yep. But I can use everything out of the bucket now. And what reason we use the 1/8 square is because it leaves enough material to level, but you're not wasting material. You're not leaving a lot
eighth
more
inch,
on the
you mean?
That's a 1/8 square
1/8,
notch.
okay, gotcha.
And then we had that bent at the angle that we recommend people trowel. So we like to trowel like this. If you go tight, you're going to pull a lot more off the surface. And,
Right.
and new folks, they tend to go too tight.
Yeah.
And so, boom. And then
I see.
when you're done, you
So
can
these are
set
your trowels?
Yeah,
You sell
we
these
have
trowels?
these made right in Medford.
Cool.
Yeah, people can buy a square notch trowel at Home Depot, same price, but they have a hard time finding the 1/8 square.
Right.
It's made for floor adhesive, and so it's in a different section than the tile.
Yeah.
So they can't find
They're
it.
looking all over. I had people asking me for it.
Yeah, so
And I have to tell them where, but I did not know that you had yours bent for that, so I can, because I'm trying to explain it to people sometimes.
Sure.
And this is perfect.
It's a little gauge, and then on drips.
Anything that makes things easier
Yes.
is better. Everything that makes it easier.
So I'll just go ahead and mix that up. I'm gonna trowel half of this, and then you're gonna do the other half.
You got it.
So I'll just bring this close to the edge, bring it close to the edge. And you've done a lot of tile work, so you know how to run a trowel, knowing that if you put it at an angle, it's gonna push it,
Right,
you can
push it
pull it
off.
back, you know? So I'll just bring my bead where I'm just right there on that edge.
Yeah.
And I just run that bead right down my piece.
Guys, I don't trowel it that well.
And I'll just put a bead there for you, and then you can pull that bead across and
Right.
finish that side.
Okay.
And then we like to set our trowels like this when we're done, because everything will run down and it's reusable over and over and over.
You just clean it. Cool.
We don't even clean them off. We just let it drip, and
Just let it drip and break it loose.
it just creates more character, man.
I'll get the job done, but I'm not nearly as good as you.
You know what? You got a lot right here.
Yeah.
Just pull this, like that's all right here. Just pull that this way, and
Gotcha.
you
Thanks.
see how it's really.
Here,
There you go.
and just work it down.
Yep.
Thank you.
You got it. And then I'll prime that brush.
Yeah. You prime that, you don't want to have dry brush on it, that's for sure.
Because what happens is you'll be low here. You know, when where I start chopping,
You're pushing it away, pulls it, soaks it in the air.
And then I've previously pulled as many loose bristles as I can
Oh,
find.
yeah.
And if you get, just search your piece for loose bristles after you do that. But typically, if you pull on it, you're good to go.
I take, just like with my rollers, a lot of times I'll take tape backwards.
Oh, nice.
Peel them off.
That's smart. That's smart. When I chop this, I just do like a random. A lot of new guys, they'll want to do this. They'll make rows.
Yeah, you
And-
want it random. You want it.
Yeah,
you don't want a pattern.
You see our trowel lines?
Yeah.
We're erasing our trowel lines, and then we're remixing the material
Right.
too. And then you're also, see how there's surface tension where these little nibs, so when you chop, it breaks all that surface tension and everything will now
starts
flow.
going. Yeah.
It looks like you're destroying the piece and adding air, and it doesn't make sense until you know the real.
I've done epoxy, not different bars and different things that I've done for some companies, and I never knew that. I would just I would use my trowels, and I would use my spreaders. And I've never chopped it before you.
Sure.
And I found it just made it so much easier. That's when I contacted you. Remember, I used your product a few times. I said, man, let me get in touch with this guy. I want to see where learn more about it.
You've made some. I love your Louisiana, your LSU table that you made. I love your projects are awesome, man.
Thanks, man. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm gonna get a lot better projects learning from you.
You're the reason we started carrying purple, Paul.
Hey, good man, you
Go
are.
Tigers, man.
That'll make
Chris,
one of my sons
Chris, you have no
happy.
idea what we're talking about, do you?
Not all the time.
It makes one of my boys happy, and the other one goes to Southern Miss. So he
Oh boy, my good buddy was quarterback for Southern Miss.
Oh, really?
No, Ole Miss.
Ole Miss,
Sorry.
another good school.
Yeah.
You guys are worldly, you know that?
All right, now we take that because it's primed.
It's coming, now we're gonna hit the sides and
Yep.
start getting these.
And that's why I wait on the sides is because you get drips over those edges anyway.
Yeah, they're going over there anyway, you might as well.
So I'll do this edge and that side, and then you do the other two.
Sounds good.
See, I can share, Paul.
I think I can handle that.
I'm a good sharer.
I think he's doing it just so he can laugh at me.
I picked up Paul this morning, and everybody in the hotel lobby already loved, was Paul's best friend. Man. You're
This place is great.
the most likable human being I've ever met, man.
Oh, no. I tell you what, I've enjoyed coming out here. Great people everywhere that I've met. And yeah, you guys are awesome, man.
Another trick that I like to do on these edges is I'll
This
take
is
my
right.
hand
Uh-huh.
and just really push that in, because that MDF
Yeah.
is slightly porous on the edge. still.
Yeah.
And then when we do our clear coat, so a lot of people will go, man, my edges still aren't good after that first coat. when you do the clear coat and you've done it this way each time, you get really good results on the edges.
And you don't have those ripples that people get.
Not as much. To get perfect edges where they're just perfectly machined, you got to sand and polish.
Yeah.
And then you can achieve that.
Yeah.
But most homeowners that use our stuff, they're not going to that extent and they're really happy. All right, I'm going to torch this out. See all the bubbles we got. I got a little hair right here. So like we will.
It's not mine. I don't have enough hair.
No, neither do I.
I can't give any away.
The only thing that's got hair in this studio is the brush. Yeah, Chris has got some hair. So you can see how fast that'll just.
Right here and get this.
Yeah, let's do that. Perfect.
All right.
You want to torch out that half?
Yeah.
It's a sticky torch. Sorry about that.
No, you're good. With the white, you can see exactly where these bubbles are. When it's clear, it's a little harder to see when you're popping it. So this helps on the camera for people to see how these bubbles pop and come out.
Yes, sir.
I always tell people with wood, there's always a way to fix it.
Yes.
And you, with this, you know there's a way to fix it.
Yes, sir. All right, so I'm just going to find a clean spot to chop into. So I'm going to use this as my reservoir right here.
Okay.
I'll spray some black right there. Okay. Now, the more that I chop this black, the more it becomes gray.
Right.
And your Carrera is very light. Okay? Yeah. So I don't want to start with a lot. So I'll kind of boom, I'll tap that where I get most of that off, and then when I put it in and I start chopping, it's going to put very faint lines. So that's still not quite enough. So I'll just start doing this, and I'm going to just give me an undertone of gray. And then I'm going to put those very smoky, feathered out veins. So what you'll do is you can put a lot of gray in way too fast if you put a lot of black. Like you can't take it out.
Trouble with blending everything, so making the whole thing gray.
You got it, exactly. So I started right here. I'm going to continually dip into that and just add a little bit of color and move that color around, chopping it. And then we'll use that torch to make all this look really natural. All those dots is just because my first hit.
Go right in,
So that's a pretty gray color, and this is where we can look at your picture and go, okay, how gray is it? And we know it's really light, and so we need very little color. But what you don't want to do is leave sections unchopped.
Nothing. Yeah. Right.
It'll appear.
You want to have it to blend in. Yeah.
So
you'll have heavier and lighter ones, but everything has a little bit of it.
This will be my heavy spot, like you know what I mean? Now I'm going to add a little bit more black. And I'll put some there knowing I'm going to come back here, but now
work with it.
I can come over here because it's less. I put most of it there. I'll bring it and I'll finish this section. So I'll do this half and you're going to do that half.
Oh, great. Nothing like peer pressure.
What's your favorite kind of projects to work on, Paul?
Oh, man. I just love playing with tools. I love projects, period. Anything.
Nice.
And that's why, when I come across something different that I don't know as much about, I want to learn, and that's why, like I said, getting together with you is great.
Very cool.
Really, just a lot of different wood projects, or doing different types of making something unique in your house. I like to do.
I've seen some really cool projects. I love your video on how to do rounded corners with molding on a square.
Thanks.
I'm a cabinet guy. I know how hard it is to do crown molding on cabinetry with no room for caulking and everything. And I know the value of the way you're teaching. Actually, I started cutting all my crown off of your How to Cut Crown Molding Easy, where you're flipping up using that fin. Like I was like, oh my gosh.
And this guy's been doing it. You're good.
Yeah, but guys teach how to do it flat, where you got to think backwards and upside down. I'm going, why did I never put it to the fence how it's going to hang? I'm going, and I changed the whole way I do my business because of that video, man.
Great. I try to show different ways, and I have people ask me all the time, they'll tell me, this way is the best way. In that sense, there's no real best way. It's what's best for you.
Right.
I show right side up, I show upside down, I show flat. And whatever fits you.
Yes.
Most of my life, I cut upside down and backwards.
Yeah.
And I like to. Yeah.
I'm okay with that until it's late in the day.
Oh, yeah.
And you're going, I've only got one stick left, and if I mess this up.
Yeah.
You've been there, huh?
Yeah, I've been there.
Here's your brush.
Okay.
There's a little bit of black. So you saw, do you like that
that's
so
beautiful.
far?
That's
so far, right?
It's looking like my bathroom.
And I'll show you, see what I don't like about it so far is is the brush marks, and I'll
Yeah,
show you how
we're gonna get that out.
Yep,
We're gonna get that out. So, okay, we'd have a little area, and then maybe we'll just go into a vein, like a little section going up.
Yeah, all we're doing is just putting down a dark
Okay.
color and then
Oop.
feathering that out.
Okay.
Just chopping it and feathering it out. And I like to.
I'm gonna kind of make it go into the design.
Sure.
If that's all right with you.
Totally, man. Totally.
All right, let's see.
The more different techniques that you use on a project, the more real it becomes.
Yeah, right. It's no set. That's what I love about stone, you know, natural stone, and you to be able to emulate it. Is natural stone. It's no two pieces are alike.
Right. Totally.
You know, and just like with the tile, when you look at the tile, you'll have some with busy, some are not busy.
Yes. And when you're laying tile, a good tile setter makes that work. They don't put all the busy section in
Right,
one
not
spot,
at one
you know?
spot. Yeah, I went a little heavy here. I got it.
No, that's all right. You can use that and to draw from
Yeah,
and bring
I'll
it
get
in
it
other
over here.
sections.
Cool, man. All right. A little bit of darker over here, just to end it off. Okay, I think we can start.
So,
Doing
so
something
see
with
these
it.
sections here, how they're
Oh,
just
yeah.
straight white?
Yeah, we'll go
can I
in.
show you how I chop
Yeah.
too? So
Help me out.
With this,
Help me
I'll
out.
hit the heel and have it spread. And when it spreads, it really starts to make things.
See?
What people think, they think that they're pushing the color to hide it.
You're
It'll
not.
come back.
It comes back up. Okay.
So
Well,
I would
thanks,
just-
man.
I would just do that.
I'm being too soft.
Yeah,
on
you're
it.
babying it. Be
I'm
mean
babying
to
this
it.
baby.
You're playing LSU right now, man.
That ain't right. All
Yeah,
right.
that's looking
all right.
sweet, man. I like this too. I like that.
Yeah.
That's a
A
dark
little
section.
dark, a little bit of variance.
Let me grab my heat gun. I'm going to show
Okay.
you a
Okay.
way to do this with the heat gun, and then we'll move on to the torch and show you the different looks that
Okay.
you get.
Yeah.
So right here, see how you can start to move things and make it look real natural. So like something that looks like a paintbrush made it right here. All I got to do is get in there,
Move it. Yeah.
just start moving things, and it puts these realistic effects on things.
I like that, man.
And a lot of people who've never done this product before, they really like this part because it's not intimidating. See how it softens and makes
Yeah.
it look like marble? So go through the areas that you want to soften up at all. And
I like a couple of little hard ones, and then I like
Yes.
some that are.
And you got to get really close
Yeah.
for a minute. And I call this
Yeah.
painting with air. You know what I mean? 'Cause
Yeah.
it's really just pushing and
What
pushing.
about your wife's blow dryer?
That would work. The problem
Not
with the
as
blow
good.
dryer, it pulls a lot of lint and pushes it in.
See, that's why I like to know stuff like that, because people will ask me, and I want to be able to.
And I think it would work fine, Paul. Probably I'd get a cheap new one, you know, that just doesn't have a lot of lint going through it.
Yeah, yeah.
But even on this coat,
Then don't get your wife's blow dryer. We'll get a new one.
yeah, she'll get mad at you.
Yeah.
And hers is probably more
I
expensive.
stay in the doghouse with that stuff.
Yeah, me too.
I used hers last week.
You got
Hey,
mine.
that sound good. I used my wife's hair dryer.
If I was using my wife's hairdryer, she'd know it wasn't for my head.
Yeah, me too.
You know what I use her hairdryer for? In the wintertime when it's freezing in our room, I'll take it and warm up my bed, get it all nice and cozy, and then get in there, man.
Yeah, you're right. I just used it for my to get that old look on my
The crackle finish?
the crackle finish.
So you got a video on how to do the crackle?
I'm going to post it soon. I didn't post it. I was working on it before I left it.
Guys, if you haven't seen Paul's Toolbox, go to YouTube, look Paul's Toolbox. His videos will blow your mind. They're hacks to doing DIY and professional grade projects that I've used myself in the trades, and they work, man. And I thank you for it, man.
I think he meant I'm a hack.
No way.
Oh man.
So I'm gonna show the touch and go method. So with the torch, you gotta be quicker. You can't just hold it like a
Right, you
gun,
can burn it.
but you can move stuff really fast. See how that? So I move that color. Now I use this a lot when I'm doing veins, and when I'm moving veins and stuff like that. So what we're gonna do now is
Okay.
in your picture, you got some real defined veins that are like smoked out, right?
Right,
And
right.
so there's two things that we could do. I could use my paint stick right now to use the color and to start to manipulate these veins to kind of be more like veins if I want to. But I like to add a little bit more color as an undertone, but I could build kind of where these are gonna go. So if I wanted my grain flow, you know, in natural stone,
yeah, it's gonna flow one way.
So now the more that I kind of push what's there, and then if I torch this, it'll set up a very faint vein, and then I'll show you how to make it more defined if you wish. See how it's a very undefined, but it gives it that grain flow. So you could kind of, like an artist is going to take a pencil and pre-draw what they're going to color in, right? So you could kind of see where you want your veins, and even if you left some of that undone, it gives you these real beautiful undertones, right?
I like that. And then, say you go into an L, you bring that around, and it makes it look like you had that one big slab.
Yes.
You just drag it around.
When we're doing a big kitchen, we'll prefabricate everything in MDF. We'll pour it all as, even if it's a U-shaped kitchen, we'll pour the whole thing as one kitchen, and then we'll cut our new seam where the sink is, or the stove, where it's just gonna be a little seam, and then when you look at the grain and the pattern, your eye will not know. Like in granite, you can pick up that seam.
Yeah.
You know, and this is a way
and it's hard. You know how many times you're trying to line up seams to make it look as good as you can.
So I'm just gonna take some black, and I'm gonna put a little bit heavier veins in here. And you may not want to go this heavy, depending on what color you're going for with your piece. But I'm going to show you, I'll do black, and then I'm going to do a little bit of white in here too.
Okay.
I got to go get some white spray paint. I'll be right back.
No, we had it.
But look at, actually, you know what? I may not want white. Look at how cool this is already looking just with that black.
Yeah.
Watch this, man. This is going to be, I like, because our grain flow is going, so you got some very light things. I'm just moving that out. This is gonna be cool. Now I'll make that a little bit less hard with the heat gun.
Right.
So this is where you can blow it out.
This is where the heat gun really
So a
comes in.
lot of people will they'll do a thing with the paint stick where they try to like do natural squiggly lines. It never comes out right. I like to put my veins in straight and then move it with air.
And then make it squiggly with this.
Yes, and it looks much
more it's flowing rather than just trying to draw it.
Get in here, and now I'll just start moving.
Yeah, look at that.
Moving veins with gravity, a heat gun, even a torch makes your veins look extremely realistic. We'll leave some of them kind of straight. Now I don't like this section totally blown out like that, so I'll just come through here, give me some more, just straighten it out.
And like I said, if you mess it up, you can just kind of blend it in.
Yeah.
It's a little bit darker shade, but you can come back over and make your lines again and work on it.
Exactly, man.
So it's not like it's a dead end once if you're not happy.
You don't scrape it off and throw it away.
Yeah.
So see how I made them a little more straight now?
Yeah.
And then if I didn't like it, I could just keep working that in and just make it just kind of lighter and lighter. Now because it's heated up, it's moving like oil. You know what I mean?
Right.
And now I could just go over that again and push a little bit over here. And this is how we can really emulate natural stone. Is you got to have the working time and then just move the color until you're happy. I could add a little bit of bronze to make this look like Calcutta gold.
Yeah.
I can add a little touch of color, like if you wanted to bring in an accent color, just a little touch here and there.
Yeah.
And you put that in a vein. You know how like natural stone with a little bit of blue in it is always more expensive?
Yeah.
You could add whatever color you want. So now you got to make a vein and use that stick in the.
You're gonna make me do it.
You got to do it, man. You're up.
I'm gonna do something. Well, we already have a large vein here. We need to put something small somewhere.
Where I would do, because we're gonna hang this. We're gonna hang this in our showroom.
Okay.
So do it wherever. Do another one right through here.
Okay.
And then when you do that, finish them, and it'll look more real.
Yeah. I didn't.
That's perfect.
But we can just keep. I can just keep pulling it.
Exactly.
Okay. Let's go ahead and I'll switch this around a little bit. I don't want this side as. We'll just do a little difference in variance. I like that. We'll just go.
Do anything you want, and let's see how it comes out. What do you want, the heat gun?
Yes, sir.
You got it.
Thank you. I feel important now. I got the gun in my hand.
I had so much fun working side by side with Paul. He's doing an excellent job.
Have you ever accidentally cut your cord with the skill saw?
Oh yeah.
I felt like a little foolish when I did that, and it can happen really easy.
It happens. When you get careless, it's late.
Yep.
And you know, with the older saws, like, you would just keep spinning, but they didn't have brakes in them.
Right.
You go, you cut it, you set it down. Whoop.
Yep. It happened quick.
Anybody could do that. You learn from your mistakes. I haven't done it in probably 20 years, but it happened.
You know what the moral of that story is when you're starting out, don't buy nice tools.
Yeah.
Paul continues to use the heat gun and the paint stick to feather his vein out to get it to look just right.
You might be here all day trying to get me to get it right.
No, it's beautiful, man.
How'd you get into it all the way? I mean, when you first started?
We started with concrete countertops, and we realized quickly that the real neat color effects were in that top coat of epoxy. And then we wanted to get an epoxy that could flex with wood and like overhangs on formica and natural wood when you're coating it. If you went with too hard of a formulation, it would fracture at those flex points and fulcrums, right? So that's where the whole formulation started and began. Then we wanted it heat resistant to pots. We wanted the most durable product that was the most user friendly we could come up with.
There's no need to rush this creative process. You can find your favorite design by using your different tools and techniques and heat gun to create the veins just the way you like. Here, Paul's going to use the paint stick to feather the vein out slightly more. Then he's going to come back with the heat gun again and push those feathered out veins to create more natural effects. You can see how that heat gun will ripple the epoxy. It'll push it and roll it over itself. And this is one of our favorite techniques to create soft veins in marble.
Another way to do another vein really fast that's even more fogged out, okay?
Okay.
So it might be a technique you want to use on your piece.
Okay.
I'll do it right here just so it's another version of what we're doing. I take a little bit of black and just bring it in here.
Okay.
There's my black. If I want to make a real faint vein, I can just brush that in. And that'll be a lot more like that. That's a lot of black, so let me feather that out. Get some of that over here, and then I could bring in movement, and then you can even just chop it in a few places to make it look more natural. But now I'm getting, and then when I torch this and move it, it'll look more like
I love this stuff.
By using a paint stick and adding a straight line of Rust-Oleum black spray paint and then coming back with my chop brush and brushing that out and feathering it out that way creates an instant beautiful effect. It doesn't get any simpler and it looks amazing.
That's another way to kind of see the vein flow that goes through it.
Yep.
You know what I'm going to do for this piece? If you don't mind, let's put a crazy vein.
All right.
You want to do crazy?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So I'm going to go get a couple more spray paints. Paul's the man.
No, you guys know your stuff, man.
Those are cool.
You guys know your stuff.
Very good marble. Okay, so we're going to take this extra, okay, and we're going to give ourselves, see how even in the bucket it's still workable. And normally the more mass you have, the faster it'll heat up.
Yeah.
So I don't want to hurt this part of it, so I'm going to actually just kind of go right from here up.
That's when you're confident in it. After you've got it done, you say, well, let's go mess with it some more.
This is when it ain't going to a customer's house, you get to have fun.
You do what you want.
At no stress level.
Using our leftover tinted epoxy, we'll pour that out and add the spray paint directly to this reservoir, which creates a different effect.
What I'm doing here is just spraying it on that stick. I'm going to bring it right through this stick. And then I'm just going to add all these colors. And because I put a reservoir here, it'll melt these colors really good. So I'll use some of that. Why don't you put that color in with this? I'll give you the stick. Okay, there you go.
Oh, I thought you meant spraying.
Yeah, same spot. We're going to layer all these right on top of each other. And then hit that one in there. And you can leave it all on there. I like the mess on it.
Get messy.
Yep. And then we'll do some white on there.
Okay.
And this just is another way to do a vein, and this will give you a different look so far than what we've made. So I guess we'll just call this vein training.
All right.
You know what I mean? It's kind of like your arms.
Sticks?
Yeah, whatever, man. Okay. Okay, so I now got all my color right there. I'm gonna feather that out.
Okay.
And so it'll be more pronounced in the middle.
It's just gonna start.
So I'll just kind of... We drug black, white, silver, and bronze spray paint through our excess epoxy. Now I'm going to use that torch to make this look realistic. The excess leftover epoxy underneath the paints is key when doing this effect. I'm happy with that. Do you like it?
I love it.
Let's put one more line of black. It'll make it real pronounced. And then I'll just torch that. See the difference?
Yep.
Well,
Man. Sharp stuff there.
that was awesome, man.
I love it.
Yeah,
I want this in my kitchen now.
I like the different techniques in the same piece. This would be great for our showroom chopping method. This is one color straight off the paint stick. This is our chopping kind of what I like. You created the vein, how you chopped that. You know what I mean? You chopped that in that particular, and then we forced it with the heat gun a little bit.
Yeah, we pushed it around with the
This is with a little bit more material and then just spray paints, but because of the extra material, you get that light, cool vein. Utilizing multiple veining techniques on the same project will create more realistic looks for your final product.
And then you come back with your flood coat.
Yeah.
Boom, this thing.
You wouldn't want to leave this as your top coat because you're not going to, like this spray paint, if you left it on there, that's going to
It's
wear.
going to start, yeah. I noticed when I did the flood coat, it's the first time I did it, I was a little worried. It's like, this is how my job's going to come out, you know. And then the flood coat, it's just like, whew, it's like glass. And then to polish it out, like you said, you don't have any imperfections in it.
Right.
And I love the way you did the other one where you got to show me that polishing, where you sanded it down a little bit to get the
matte
realistic matte finish.
Sure, we'll do that.
I really like that.
We'll do that.
Yeah, it looks so real. I took the piece and I couldn't tell the difference. I thought it was a piece of tile when I looked at it. Beautiful, man.
Cool. Well, we'll do some more projects with me and Paul coming up.
Yeah.
If you guys haven't subscribed, go check Paul out right now at where? Where do they find you?
Paul's Toolbox is my channel, and paulstoolbox.com is my website. But that's what I'm not over here, because I'll be heading up here.
Hey, we're gonna have some plane ticket issues going on because I'm going out to Louisiana. I've never seen an alligator, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring him out to check out some alligators.
Guys, visit us anytime at stonecoatcountertops.com. Call anytime for free project support. And until next time, from Stone Coat Countertops, you got this. We'll see you on the next video. Visit stonecoatcountertops.com to see all the products used in this video. Paul Ricaldi's a contractor, firefighter, inventor. He's been seen on QVC. He's a spokesperson for tool companies such as Swanson and Rockler. He's world famous known for his YouTube channel, Paul's Toolbox. Learn the practical ways that Paul has turned his passion into profit.
Welcome to Paul's Toolbox. Today we're going to cover a really cool project. This right here is a cabinet that I built into the wall. And I want to show you some tips on getting a really cool little rounded corner.
Paul has segued his talents into brand deals. He teaches do-it-yourselfers how to get things done.
Or epoxy rocks, Stone Coat Countertops.
Hey, visit us anytime at stonecoatcountertops.com. Call anytime for free project support. And until next time from Stone Coat Countertops, you got this. We'll see you soon.